Have you ever given your best to something and still felt like nothing is changing? You wake up early, you work hard, you stay focused, yet the results stay far away. Days pass, effort builds, but the outcome remains the same. And slowly a question begins to grow inside you. Is any of this even worth it? Life has a strange way of testing those who refuse to give up. Sometimes it makes you wait longer than you ever expected. Not because you are failing, but because you are being prepared. This is the story of a young man who discovered that success is not built in speed but in patience. His name was Elias. Elias lived in a quiet town surrounded by hills where life moved at its own pace. People there believed in hard work but also in timing. Nothing was rushed, not the seasons, not the craft, not even success. But Elias was different. He was ambitious, restless, and determined to change his life quickly. He didn't want to wait years to see results. He wanted progress now. Elias worked in a small woodworking shop with an old craftsman named Victor. Victor had spent decades mastering his skill. His hands moved slowly, but every piece he created lasted for years. Elias, on the other hand, worked fast. Faster than anyone in the shop. But speed came with flaws. The edges of his work were rough. The joints were weak. And sometimes the pieces didn't last. Victor would often watch him quietly before saying, "Strong things take time to shape." But Elias would respond, "Time is just an excuse for those who don't work hard enough." One day news spread across the town. A wealthy merchant from the city was coming. He was looking for the best craftsman to offer a life-changing contract. This was Elias's chance. From that moment he pushed himself harder than ever. He worked day and night creating as many pieces as possible. Chairs, tables, cabinets, shelves. He made everything. But in his rush he ignored the details. He skipped the finishing. He didn't let the wood settle properly. To him, more work meant more success. Finally the day arrived. The merchant walked through the town examining different workshops. When he entered Victor's shop, Elias stood confidently beside his work. The merchant picked up one of his pieces. He ran his hand over the surface. Then he pressed lightly on one corner. A small crack sound echoed. The merchant looked at Elias and said, "You have talent, but you lack patience." Those words felt heavier than failure. The merchant moved on. At the end of the day he chose another craftsman. An older man who had presented only a few pieces. But each one was perfect. Elias stood there watching as the crowd applauded. Not for him, but for someone who worked slower. That night Elias sat alone in the workshop. For the first time he questioned himself. Was working harder really enough? The next morning he returned. But something inside him had changed. He picked up a piece of wood. But instead of rushing he paused. He observed it carefully. He felt its texture. He understood its nature. And for the first time he allowed himself to slow down. He decided to work on just one piece. He focused on every cut, every detail, every edge. When the wood needed time he let it rest. When the polish needed to dry he waited. Days passed. People began to notice. Some laughed. Some doubted him. They said, "At this pace you will never succeed." But Elias stayed silent. For the first time he wasn't chasing speed. He was building control. Weeks turned into months. His work began to transform. The edges became smooth. The structure became strong. The finish started to shine. One evening Victor walked into the shop. He picked up Elias's work and examined it closely. Then he smiled. "Now your hands understand what your mind once refused to accept." Elias looked at him and said, "I used to think patience was wasting time. Now I see it is what gives time its value." Months later another opportunity came. A merchant from a nearby city visited the town. But this time he was not looking for quantity. He was looking for quality. Elias was ready. He didn't bring many pieces. Only a few. But each one carried effort, discipline, and patience. When the merchant saw his work, he paused. Then he asked, "Who made this?" Elias stepped forward. The merchant nodded slowly. "This is not just craftsmanship. This is discipline." That day Elias was chosen. Not because he worked the fastest, but because he learned how to wait. Time passed. Elias opened his own workshop. His name slowly spread beyond the town. People came not just to buy his work, but to understand how he achieved such precision. One day a young apprentice asked him, "What is the secret to success?" Elias smiled and replied, "Success is not about doing everything quickly. It is about doing the right things long enough without giving up." The apprentice asked, "And what if results take too long?" Elias answered calmly, "If you quit too early, you will never know how close you were." Life does not reward speed. It rewards consistency. And consistency requires patience. The truth is, growth is silent. It happens when no one is watching. It happens when you keep going even when nothing seems to change. Just like wood takes time to become strong. Just like seeds take time to grow. Your effort also needs time. If Elias had continued rushing, he would have remained average. But when he learned patience, he became exceptional. Patience did not slow him down. It built him into someone stronger. So if you feel like nothing is changing right now, if your hard work feels invisible, do not stop. Maybe you are not behind. Maybe you are just in the phase where growth is happening quietly. Keep working. Keep improving. Keep showing up. Because one day the same effort that feels unseen today will become the reason for your success. Patience is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. And those who master it do not just achieve success. They create something that lasts forever.